Good evening, Region 10, from the sunny coast of Mediterranean to the snowy peaks of North. And welcome to your Sunday Connect. I'm Serjan, you are watching live news and the heartbeat of our 8 districts. And we have a very packed show tonight with special guests and a trip around Europe. But first, we want to know, I'd like to see who is watching us tonight. Please drop a message in the chat box about your district, about your city and name, and I would like to see who is watching. Yes, let's see my comments. Is District 71 is watching? 107, 59, 110. I'm waiting for the comments. And also, if you are watching it on LinkedIn or YouTube, please share this button and tag your friends, and we want get our viewership up and show the world to the energy of Region 10. Let me see. District 95 in Bonn and Munich, 95 from Erlangen. Great to see all of you here. Yeah, amazing. And let's get you up speed with the headlines. Let me see if there's anyone. Yeah, Elizabeth Jordan, District 71. And yeah, let me continue. Grab your calendars, please. First up, do you want to know who makes the organization tick from a legend who has seen it all? On December 2nd, join past international president Ted Corcoran and Brian Green for Toastmasters Unplugged. It's not just history, it is stories, smiles, and straight talk about leadership. If you want to understand the soul of Toastmasters, this is where you need to be. Next, mark Thursday, December 4th as a Super Thursday for your growth. At 6 p.m. CET, District 110 brings you the Learning Launch with Nikki Kui. She's unlocking the secrets of Speechcraft. If you want to know how to use this program to not only gain new members, but also skyrocket your own leadership journey, scan that code and do not miss the session. Right after that, 6:30 p.m. CET on same day, 4th of December. Switch gears to District 109. Past International Director Monnica Rose presents Momentum 109. This is for visionaries if you want to learn how to ignite passion in your team and spark real innovation in your club culture. Monnica has the blueprint. And finally, let's talk about your brands. Whether you're a VPPR or entrepreneur or a professional and wanting to get noticed on LinkedIn, the struggle is the same, staring at a blank screen. On Tuesday, December 16th, District 59 invites you to stop guessing. Marketing strategist Paula Perina, and she's our leader as well for Region 10 Live News, is revealing a 2-step plan to most smarter but not harder. You will learn how to use AI to write captions that actually convert and designs visuals that stop the scroll using professional patterns. Grab your phone, scan this QR code on the screen right now. This is the toolkit you need to stand out in 2025 and 2026 as well. And now you can see in the YouTube description area all the links for those events, and you don't want to miss it. They are all very valuable. And now we talk about transformation. Our guest is a powerful speaker who knows that change isn't just something that happens to you. It is something you can use. Let me tell you more about our distinguished Toastmasters, Carina Schey. She's a PhD, is where professional brilliance meets communication mastery. A 2023 international speech semifinalist representing District 109, and she's a consultant health economist dedicated to the fight for rare disease treatments. Her impact goes beyond healthcare. As a TEDx speaker trainer and the 2020 Toastmasters of the Year, she specializes in turning speakers into leaders. Please, let's welcome on stage a true champion of the spoken word, Carina Schey.
Change, fear, uncertainty, anxiety? No, thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, humans generally resist change. Even when the circumstances are far from ideal, they feel at least familiar. Routine feels safe. Our bad habits make us feel surprisingly comfortable. On the flip side, change gives us the opportunity to do away with anything that no longer serves us well. Change empowers us to rewrite the narrative of our lives. In November 2024, a conference moderator said something to me that had a cataclysmic effect. It was as if everything I'd ever done in my life, privately, publicly, and professionally, all collided, interlocked, pivoting me to change. What was that change? I walked away from a well-paid, permanent, full-time job. I'm specialized in the economics of rare conditions and their treatments. Given this expertise, I'm well placed to help those, through no fault of their own, are born with complex rare conditions. Conditions that can take 5 to 7 years to be diagnosed properly. Often, their parents or family members create patient advisory groups to support each other. But sadly, these patient advisory groups don't understand how the healthcare systems function. Enter the shouter, the person who does know how to operate the system, and the person who is bold and brazen enough to stand up and shout for change in rare conditions. And thus, Shout was born. Shout's mission is to amplify the voices of those living with rare conditions so that their stories and struggles may be heard. Shout's primary focus is to support the patient advisory groups for free by guiding them through the maze of European bureaucracy. Here I am, at this ripe old age, having completely changed my focus into philanthropic causes that really matter. It's exciting, it's exhilarating, and it's also not without its challenges. The first being my aversion to social media. But I recognize that if I want to have a rapid positive impact, I need to embrace these social media platforms. Another challenge is that I have only one voice, even if my nickname is Chatterbox. Despite these and other challenges, Shout is already making a difference. Each rare condition affects a small number of people, but collectively, all the rare conditions affect 30 million people just in Europe. And this is where I'm reaching out to you, because every voice matters, every story counts, and every action brings us one step closer to meaningful change. Chances are that you know someone living with a rare condition. If you lend your voice to Shout, Together, we can shine the light on rare conditions and ensure that in the future, people living with rare conditions are never alone or overlooked. Accepting change or even cultivating change allows you to lead the life you want and enables you to make the impact of your dreams, because anything is possible on the other side of change.
Carina, thank you. That was incredibly moving. And I want to really dig a little deeper into the concept of change. You mentioned a significant change shift in your own life a few years ago. And can you tell us how that specific moment led you to found your organization, Shout?
Thank you, Sojan. In fact, this was not my first big change. I used to be a clinical pharmacist and decided that things were not happening properly. So I moved into a commercial role, which is what led me down the path of doing a master's in health economics and then the PhD, because I realized I needed those expert skills. But it really was, as I said, in November 2024, where I'd been a speaker at a conference, that the conference moderator said something as banal as, "We need more people with your expertise." And as she said that, I answered, all I want to do is stand on the rooftops of the EU Parliament and shout for change. And so, Jan, you know, I'm a really down-to-earth person, so it's going to sound a little bit weird when I say that as I said the word shout, or the words shout for change, I had goosebumps.
Yeah,
and that was that moment where I thought, okay, it's time to drop what I'm doing. I loved what I was doing, but I needed to put my energies and my full-time focus into something that would make a difference as for the greater good of people. Because I interview parents who have children with rare conditions. I sometimes interview patients themselves. And what I've learned over the many years of specializing in rare conditions is that, first and foremost, there isn't enough emphasis, there isn't enough knowledge, there isn't enough research, and families battle the burden of a day-to-day in somebody's life of a parent with a child who has one of these complex rare conditions. You cannot imagine how demanding and challenging it is. And I have the expertise to help them. So I feel it's a moral duty to do that. And I'm fortunate enough that financially I could walk away from the position I had and focus on making a difference for people who are living in a world that is so complex, complicated, and challenging.
Yeah, I really admire you. Actually, I really appreciate what you are doing. And the name of the organization, Shout, is really catchy and connecting people a lot. And this
It's
is
shouting for people who don't have a voice, who just don't do it themselves.
Yeah, thank you for it. And this is really such a vital work. Many of our viewers are learning communication skill right now. Actually, how has your Toastmasters background helped you in this specific fight for advocacy? And how do you use your skills while you are fighting for your patients?
Very interesting question. In fact, I would say that being a very regular speech evaluator has sharpened my skills of listening, then giving the feedback, or in the case of dealing with a patient advocacy, it's not so much the feedback, it's presenting the information in a concise and accurate form so that the people on the receiving end understand. I think the other big thing that I've gained from Toastmasters is a love of speaking, a love of communicating. I think I had it before because the nickname Chatterbox is from childhood. And the other important thing is the art of persuasion. It's the ability to speak to regulators or policymakers and convince them of an idea. And I have to say that ability came all from the work and the experiences I've had in Toastmasters.
Yeah, you're a great example of how Toastmasters can make an impact. Really, I hope we all use our abilities like you and good things like you and make an impact. Thank you very much for showing us that our voice can truly change the world. Do you have last word to add?
Join shout, give me your voices, because the more people connect with me on LinkedIn, the more their networks will see the work I'm doing, and hopefully we can make a difference for more people. So Jen, thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you very much for coming. And I will join shout.
Thank you. Please do.
Bye, Carina. Yeah, what a wonderful conversation was it. And now for a special feature. We know many of you dream of that red circle. What is it? You want to be a TEDx speaker? Yes! And to uncover how to get there, I'm handing the studio over to a master of the craft. He is the host of the Speaker Shine podcast, a district contest winner and 3-time club president who has been dedicated to this organization since 2003. He loves to understand people's journeys and passions. Please welcome our guest interviewer, Ranjeet Venktesh.
Sarjan, thank you so much for that wonderful introduction. I'm going to start off with a dream. I have a dream. I have a dream that one day I'll stand on a red dot. I also have a dream that one day I'll have 18 minutes of fame. Now, for all Toastmasters, being a TEDx speaker is something special. If you can get on a TEDx stage and share your idea for 18 minutes, it is something special that they feel great about. 2 people in my club did it. Mel Kelly, Michaela Gallon. And now they have infected members in my club with this fever. But today, we have 2 special guests with us today. Now, these people have not just spoken at TEDx once and twice, they have taken the next step and they have organized TEDx events. Now, what do you do when you have organizers and leaders? You can learn from them. So please help me welcome my first guest on stage, Victoria.
Hi, everyone.
Victoria, welcome on stage. Now, I need to share this story with people here. The first time I had a conversation with Victoria that I can remember was on a ship. Now, I don't know if Victoria remember this. It was a ship in Lubeck. And me and Victoria were standing in the front of the ship and looking down in the water. And we were talking about something, and she talked about diving. And she shared the story about how she was a diving instructor. And if you have listened to her speech, you will hear her TEDx speech. You'll hear about how she went to the United States as a diving instructor. Now, I'm going to start off with this. Victoria, tell me, how did diving affect you as a person, as a speaker?
Diving changed me completely. Whatever you see now, this is somehow rooted in my diving experience. I started when I was 5 years old, and I continue all the way till I became 18. And what I've learned to take fast decisions. So when you stay on 10-meter platform, and usually when you learn you dive, longer you stay, more fear you experience. And what I've learned, if you want to learn something new, you just go to the edge of the platform, count till 3, and doesn't matter what happened next, you just dive. Of course, it could be belly flop, which is not the best experience, but it also could be better and better dive. And from that experience, I've learned if you want to kill fear, just act upon it.
Oh my God, are you talking about jumping and diving from 10 meters? I tried diving from 3 meters once, and my heart skipped multiple beats. Now, you've told us something beautiful there. I mean, go out there and stand on that edge and just jump. Now, I need to ask you this question. For all the Toastmasters out there who dream of being TEDx speakers, if there is one tip you can give them, what would that be? How do you go from being a Toastmasters speaker to a TEDx speaker?
For me, it is all about connection and action, of course. So first of all, connect and then act upon, like dive in. So if you see TEDx event is going to happen and you see call for speakers, just apply. If you know the organizer, just contact the organizer and say, I have a powerful idea. Would you like to consider me as a candidate? And this is all about just pursuing your dreams and making them real.
Thank you so much. I think I'm going to take home 2 things. Having that idea and then pursuing your dream. And Victoria, I'm going to ask you to go backstage because I'm going to bring our next guest on stage now. And then we're going to come back all together back on stage. So Victoria, thank you so much. Our next speaker, our next TEDx organizer is Konate. Konate, welcome on stage. I need to again share a story to all of you listening. The first time I saw Konate and we had a conversation that I can remember was in Denmark. And this time, he was not a TEDx speaker, but he was a contestant in the International Speech Contest. Now, I was looking at all the contestants, but when I saw Konate, I thought, is he a speaker or is he a bodybuilder, right? Now, the fitness of Konate is the first thing that caught my eye. Now, I'm going to ask you this question. How did fitness and being the gym boy, as you called yourself once in one of your videos, help you in your journey of speaking? I think you're muted, Konate.
That's a good question. Thank you for having me, by the way. I think it has helped me in very, very many ways. But one important one is actually the ability of being able to build discipline. I think it looks like also becoming a speaker, We say in the world of speaking that only speakers who are prepared deserve to be confident. It's the same about also becoming a bodybuilder, or also going to the gym. It helps you build not only your confidence, but also a discipline that allow you to be there every single time in order to improve again into becoming a better person or a confident person. So it's like also preparing when we are speaking as well. Always preparation make us, of course, better, as we said too.
I love that. You know what? When it comes to the gym, I've been postponing even signing up for the gym. But when I see your videos and I see the way you sculpt your body, I'm thinking maybe I need to come and get tips from Konate, not for a 6-pack, maybe even to start off with a 2-pack. Now, here is the question that all our listeners are waiting for. Tell us, how does a Toastmaster go from a Toastmasters speaker to a TEDx speaker? If there is one tip that you can share with us, what would that be?
That's also a very good question, because during the 3 years of organizing TEDx, we have seen as well many applications, and also many from Toastmaster members. But one of the biggest mistakes they are making actually is forgetting something extremely important, which for me is the brainchild of TEDx actually, and that is the idea. in TEDx, we are not looking for speakers, but we are looking for ideas. And that is the most important. The fact of being able to speak is beautiful, it's good, but which idea are you bringing to the table? And when I mention idea also, I'm talking about something more than being able to inspire people and to motivate people. So idea is something insightful, something which goes to your job maybe, but not only motivation or inspiration. If we have a time, the last point, which is I think also very important, is understanding the storytelling part. In Toastmasters for us, our main power is being able to tell a story. But this should be used as well in TEDx in order to be able to apply our message and idea we want to share, but not make it as our TEDx speech. So TEDx is not about motivation, but about sharing idea, which we're spreading to the entire world, actually. So those are the key things I think we have to keep in mind. Idea and also insightful, not only motivation.
I love that part, because a lot of Toastmasters, especially when they're preparing for the international speech contest like you did, would have concentrated on the motivation part, but it's the switch in your head and say, this is different. I need to have the idea, bring the inspiration, and then connect it together with storytelling.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Beautiful message there. So Konate, now we're going to bring in our other TEDx organizer, Victoria, to come and join us on stage.
Hi again.
There we have it. Victoria and Konate, two of you with us. You know what I love about having both of you here is the fact that we are creating a small group of experts who are not just speakers, who are Toastmasters, speakers, TEDx speakers, and then TEDx organizers. Because you guys are creating this body of knowledge that so many Toastmasters can tap into and learn from. Now, I have a question that I'm going to ask both of you. So we have another 5 minutes to go. So we're going to do a bit of a rapid fire. Now, the first question for Victoria is, Victoria, how did standing on the red dot change you as a speaker?
I can tell you how it changed me, because after my first TED talk in Luxembourg, and even after second talk in Karlsruhe, I remember that time talking to Konate. I want to highlight it here, because after my second TED talk, I wanted to give back, because I got so much. I could see impact on my personality, my growth, and so on. And I wanted to give back and organized TEDx event. And I remember contacting Konate and asking him, I want to bring TEDx to Essen. Could you please help me? Could you be my mentor? And he said, definitely. And this is how story in TEDx started, actually. It was more than 2 years ago, and now we are growing, supporting each other. So it's just amazing journey.
I love this. I didn't even know that you guys were connected in that way, because that you had come to Konate for help, and now today all of you are coming together in the meeting. It's perfect. Same question after Konate. How did standing on that red dot change you as a speaker?
I think that's also an amazing question. For me, it mainly making me understand that nothing is anymore impossible. I think one thing is to start the journey of being a speaker. It never is to be in a level where you realize that you can do anything at any point because you have achieved something amazing. And I also remember my TEDx was also actually in TEDx Essen at Victoria's TEDx, which also, thank you one more time for that. It's allowed me one more time to truly understand that there is nothing anymore or no stage anymore around the world that can stop me in being in there, because I have been able to be at a better place, which in my opinion also is the red dot.
Beautiful. Hey, you know what? It's very interesting that the thoughts that you guys are giving off, right? Like, that you can create the stage, not just be on stage like speakers and Toastmasters do, that you can even create the stage. And Victoria, that thought that you passed on, saying that you wanted to give back, I always have a lot of respect for the organizers of Toastmasters conferences And I think, oh my God, this is 1 year of work. But I think what you and Konate are doing is you're trying to tell us you can do something similar to a district conference and you can organize your TEDx event, right? So next question to Victoria. Victoria, tell us what is that one tip you want to give the next TEDx organizer?
TEDx organizer. I want to give it like, I've learned to be a TEDx organizer that this is not about global stage, because I was confused about that. Actually, TEDx all about local community. And for me, it is also my inner motivation, being in Essen, coming from Ukraine and being in Essen for 22 years. First idea was to give platform to new speakers to share ideas. And second, really main reason for me was to support my community, Essen. And I believe if you as a speaker can support local community, you can go globally. So this is actually advice for both speaker and organizer. If you want to be speaker, have your idea, but also see what you can do for local community. And if you're organizer, this is just all about giving back, but also bringing like-minded people and doing impact, like Kanata said.
You know what? I love that fact. I love the fact what you said about bringing that local community together and, giving back to Essen after living there for 20 years, that you're actually giving back to the city by bringing all those ideas and sharing it from the stage of Essen. Love that thought. Same question to Konate. What is that one tip that you want to give the TEDx organizers among us who are listening?
Thanks one more time. I think Victoria said it very well, actually. I will just add also just 2 points on that. And I will also say start with why. That is for me something extremely important. Anything you are going to do when it comes also to organizing a TEDx, you need to know at the beginning, why are you doing that? Why are you trying to organize a TEDx? Once you have that inner motivation, as she said before, that's going to allow you to keep going. Because trust me, organizing a TEDx is a long journey with a lot of ups and downs. But trust me also, it's worth it. So first of all, know why you are doing it. And secondly, find a mentor. Victoria is there. I am there. We have already parcoured the journey. We know how it looks like. Come and see us. We are going to support you as much as we can so that you also can do something beautiful, of course, for your community.
Oh my God, I love this. So the way you guys are telling us is you are already created that community of TEDx organizers. I'm putting you guys close to district conference organizers. I always look at conference chairs with awe, and now we are creating a new breed of TEDx organizers in Victoria and Konate. And together, maybe Toastmasters will start creating TEDx speakers and TEDx organizers in the near future. So, Victoria, thank you so much for joining. Konate, thank you so much for joining. Looking forward to you guys changing the TEDx stage, and maybe one day I'll be watching you on the TED stage.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Back to Sarjan.
What a fantastic interview, Ranjeet. Really amazing. I learned a lot from you, by the way. You were really asking to the point questions, and the guests were giving very, very good answers. I really enjoy your interview. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Sarjan. Thank you for this opportunity, and all the best to take Region 10 news.
Thank you for coming. And I would like to ask your favor, because there are a lot of comments about TEDx speaking and also to the guests and you. If you can answer all questions in the comments, that would be great.
Will do.
Thank you. Thank you. Have a great night. Thank you for coming.
Bye.
Bye. Wow, amazing too, guests, and amazing interview. Thank you very much again. And as we promised you a global tour, now we are delivering a global tour. Last weekend, Region 10 was on fire. We have cameras in London, Barcelona, and Lugano. And let's see what happened. First up, London, District 91. They held their humorous speech and table topic finals, and we had a dream team on the ground for this one. Florian Bay conducting the interviews, Alan Paul, the PRM of District 91, and Diana Richardson capturing the amazing photographic report. If you want to feel the electricity of that room and see the winners, watch this.
You and I, we've known each other. We've worked together in Toastmasters for a few years. How long have you been a member?
Been a member for 10 years now.
Nearly 10 years, and always in the Deutsche Bank clubs.
Always in Deutsche Bank clubs, different Deutsche Bank clubs,
Yeah.
always the Deutsche Bank.
So corporate clubs, they're a little bit of a mysterious creatures for some people. What's different from a corporate club to a kind of community club?
I think corporate clubs are different because they are in the workplace and people work together, and that brings some challenges sometimes
Yeah.
because of the hierarchies. Whereas I think a community club there's less of those barriers.
Yeah.
But on the flip side, the corporate clubs got an immediate use of Toastmaster skill set. But yeah, they run the same though,
Yeah.
but it's just a very different culture.
So just to summarize our quick fire interview, could you have one piece of advice you could give to Toastmaster members all over Region 10, that's all over Europe? Tell us what your piece of advice is.
Piece of advice would be persevere, keep going, listen, and work with your fellow Toastmaster and learn together.
So you've all heard that. Listen, keep speaking. Thank you very much, Kelly, for your interview. Now off to lunch. Thank you. Hi, my name's Grant. I've been a Toastmaster for 18 years. I'm a member of 2 clubs. I'm currently the president of LSBU Toastmasters. I remember when I first walked into a Toastmasters meeting, believe it or not, it took me a whole year to join, because I thought when I joined it was going to be full of people in suits and absolutely amazing professional speakers. And what I realized when I joined was it was just people like me wanting to be better at public speaking, wanting to improve their leadership skills and wanting to develop as a person. And I've grown so much in Toastmasters. It's taken me all over the world. It has helped me with job promotions, and I cannot recommend Toastmasters enough. Okay, so Grant, LSBU, your club, your venue, London South Bank University is hosting this event. What's your impression from today's event? Did you enjoy it? I think this was an amazing event. I've learned so much. The keynote speakers were world class. They were just amazing. It's one of the best Toastmasters events I've been to. Excellent. Grant, thank you so much. Thank you.
What a vibe in London. Brilliant. Now, let's head south to Barcelona, District 107. Our special reporter, Olga Kutche, was on the ground to capture the fun, the spirit of the event. Take it away, Olga.
You see me in Barcelona in a coat and scarf because outside it is cold. But here at the conference, it is as warm as it can only be at a Toastmasters conference.
Community, networking, and big love. Passion, connection, and gratitude.
Connection, caring, and non-verbal.
Please, Isidro, the mega mind behind the conference in Barcelona. Isidro, right now the conference is practically over. Are you happy? Are you satisfied?
Thank you. Before I tell you that, let me tell you that the daily dynamite was unavoidable. Because I'm just being at the district level, oversee and help as I can. Conference is something where I see old friends and I see future old friends. I'm making new friends. So I learned a lot this kind of the thing, with these things in the crunch and workshops. When we'll be dancing shortly, and I'm looking forward. Yeah, I'm very happy.
Something to achieve, some ideas for the future team. What could be done differently?
Well, we have to digest this event. We have to think about it. But I see already one thing being differently that can be done in the future. For instance, they didn't have this master ceremony introducing everybody and come back to the master ceremony to introduce the following person. They did it in a way that the one person will introduce the next one. So it was amazing and it flew very well.
Yes, it was. Thank you very much for this event. I loved it so much. Next year, I will definitely be here again.
I hope you come and many people come because our next event will be our spring conference in Malaga in May 2026. I hope you come because we will have a lot of fun and a lot of new friends. So please come.
See you there.
Connection, gratitude, and friendship.
All positive attributes, so I'm super happy.
Energizing, inspiring, and sparkling.
Gracias, Olga. Great interview. And finally, we head to the lakes, Lugano, District 109, where District Director Katia Burdett turned reporter of the day. She caught up with 3 champions. Let's hear from them.
Hello everyone, we are here in Lugano at winter event, and now we have a famous keynote speaker, John Zimmer.
Grazie, Katia. And Merry Christmas to everybody. It's been so great being here in Lugano, meeting 70, 80 people, a lot of fun, a lot of interesting workshops, a lot of interesting presentations, and we're only halfway through. I was very pleased today to be invited to give a talk about coaching, based on my coaching of Sabi Sengupta, the 2025 World Champion of Public Speaking. And it was a great workshop, lots of involvement, lots of engagement. Everybody had good energy, lots of questions. It's exactly the kind of thing that you'll get if you go to any Toastmaster conference, really. So I would encourage you, if there's a conference coming up, it could be an area conference, division, district, maybe even the World International Conference at the end of the year. If you have a chance to go, you should go, because not only will you learn a thing or two, I think more importantly, you'll get some great networking opportunities, you can meet people, and you have a lot of fun, don't you think?
Yes, and you have a lot of fun.
A lot of fun.
Bye.
Ciao.
How are you, Sabi? Can you tell us something about the event?
Yes, I am in Lugano for the conference and I'm loving it. It's a beautiful city, beautiful weather, beautiful people. It's so nice to be here. I am going to be speaking in an hour, so I'm very excited, geared up, and just so excited to be here. I'm loving Lugano, every bit of it.
Thank you, Sabi.
Thank you for having me.
Hey everyone, how are we doing, Region 10? Listen, if you weren't here at the Bitcoin Winter Conference for 109, you missed out, because this lady put something together. It was great. It was absolutely terrific. One of the things that I've had a chance to do as I talk to people about what happened is I'm very affirmed by the fact that people thought that what I was able to share with them was useful. useful. I think it's so important that when we're doing something in Toastmasters, that we are of use to our members, because that's what we are, right? We are membership driven. And I know that officers, trio members like yourself, Katia, Leor, and Harry, we want to put together an event that people will say, I grew from that event. And that's what I think that people are saying about what I was able to say for them. So I appreciate that. Did I just knock the microphone? I'm so sorry.
Grazie, Katia, for great interviews. And what a chance to meet with 3 champions at the same time. London, Barcelona, Lugano, all videos were like, we were there. We felt that momentum, that feeling, that soul there. Thank you very much for all contributors that shared all details with us. It was amazing with you tonight. And also in the audience, in the chat that they are writing today, thank you very much for your contribution. And it was an incredible Sunday for me. Although David was not here, I didn't feel alone because thanks to Carina and Ranjeet and our TEDx guest speakers, it was really an amazing night for me. And we will be back in 2 weeks' time, December 14th, for a very special holiday edition. And we are going to travel to the distance, cross every border in Region 10 to uncover local legends, heartwarming memories, and hidden gems of our community. So get ready to warm your hearts and expand your horizons, because this is one holiday journey you do not want to miss. Until then, keep speaking, keep leading, and keep watching Region 10 Live News. Good night, everyone.